A question I always get is, how do I start a business? Now, I've learned over the years that attorneys have a problem. We think that people understand the basics of legal things, and we kind of jump ahead. And so what I assume when people are asking this question is, how do I form an LLC? Not, how do I really start a business? What I found out over the years is people are really asking, well, is there something that needs to happen? So I can start running a business? They almost think like it's like a religious ceremony or something. Like the lawyer comes in and goes, I bless your business that it can now begin. You can start doing what you want to do. And that's what people actually think sometimes what a lawyer does. A lawyer gives them legal authority to run their business. And that's not really what lawyers do. The simple answer to that question is, how do I start a business? Is you just go out and just start doing business. Now, I want to backtrack just a little bit before we get there. Attorneys are great. You go into them, you talk to them, and they give you 5 problems you never knew that you even had. Like one of my good clients, he says, I hate coming to your office because I get so depressed. It's my job. Just trying to make you happy. The other way, not happy. Anyway, the real question that you should start out is, do I need any licensing? That's what you really need to know. Do you need any licensing to do what you want to do? Now, what is licensing? Well, there are certain things where the government is like, we don't want you to do that. We want you to show you actually have some basic knowledge of something to be engaged in that type of business. The best example that most commonly people come and talk to me about is real estate. Oh, I want to start selling real estate. Well, we just don't want you to just start selling real estate. There's a reason why we just don't want you to just go out there and do it. It's because it's the biggest purchase someone's going to make. And so that is the general question you should ask yourself. Am I going to engage in a business that the government might want to regulate in some way? Well, you could do that, but we live in a day and age that you can make this really easy on yourself. There's this thing called Google. And Google, you can go and just ask it a question and go, hey, Google, do I need licensing to do so-and-so in Texas or in New York or wherever you are at? And all of a sudden, magically, Google will give you the answer. It's like magic or something. But back in the day, most people would go into an attorney, but I'm surprised how many people walk in and don't even know the answer to that question. But that is the first fundamental thing that you need to know is, do I need licensing? Now, the second question, well, I don't need any licensing. How do I run my business? Just go run it. Go do it. You don't need to do anything. There's no requirements that you have a bank account for your business. There's no requirements like that. So why do people do it then? Well, this is why the second question, where I usually start off the conversation, and that is, you're here in my office to form a business because you're seeking for 2 things. 2 things. Number 1, you want the best tax strategy available. You are trying to avoid, now, people are so concerned that, I'm going to get sued, because that's the second reason. The second reason is liability protection. I don't want to get sued by somebody and lose all my money, which is very important, and we encourage that because, getting sued is never fun and losing everything is never fun. So liability protection, number 2, but let's go to tax protection. Tax protection is the main reason why you should form a business and why you should keep your business bank account separate than your personal account. It's because the person who's probably going to shut down your business, the person who's probably going to cause you, or the entity that's going to cause you the most problems in your life, is the government. Taxes. You don't pay your taxes right, they're going to shut you down. It's scary when an IRS agent shows up at your office with a gun on his hip saying, where's Mr. Willingham? And it's happened before to me. because some paper didn't get filed correctly. That is terrifying when you get a call from your paralegal going, there's an IRS agent here and he has a gun and he's asking where you are because we didn't file form so blah, 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 blah. Luckily we did. Phew. I had a good paralegal that was doing her job. But anyway, that is terrifying. And so the main reason why I tell people why you should form a business is tax planning. And I'm not going to get into that on this video, but that's for it. Second is liability protection. You want to separate yourself and your business. You actually, under the law, I know this is not popular and people don't like this, but forming a business is creating a new person. It is not as fun as really creating a person, but it has a lot less responsibility than creating a real person. But under the law, we consider a business as a new person. And you create this new person, and magically, when that person screws someone over, you don't get in trouble for that. And so a different video I'll do is, what are different types of businesses that you could form to get that magical liability protection?